Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It's Sunday morning and yeah, the storm has passed. The storm has passed here in northern England, but the storm is very much raging in East Tennessee. Not a literal storm, just a storm in Geordie Sue Brown's mind. Is Geordie Sue feeling that she's got to deflect some more or defend some more? Or does she just feel that she's not really relevant anymore? And she has to do a whole stream about the red truck and summer to get back that relevancy. You know, less people are talking about the Summer Wells case now. People have realised that Jodisue Sue just says the same thing over and over and over again for hours and hours and hours on end. You know, about tragedy pimps and this YouTuber and that YouTuber or her monster. And she's got nothing to add, nothing more to say about Summer's case. You know, she's given us all the clues she's prepared to give us. Is this a ploy for relevancy? Yeah, maybe. Because Jodie Sue is the OG tragedy pimp. She's a master projector, a master deflector, and right from day one of Summer's case, before virtually anybody knew about Summer's case, Jodie Sue was out there on Facebook telling us all about it, telling us all about Summer, telling us that the parents know where they're involved. Summer is very much loved. I'll let Jodie Sue tell you in her own words, shall I? Here we go.
Summer's still not home. Y'all keep your eyes and ears open. Please keep going to the websites and sharing her picture and her information. Know that half of what you're hearing and seeing, especially these dumbass comments and conspiracies, because I looked for all of 3 seconds today online, and I mean that. It was like a quick bloop with the news conference they were doing. I was like, oh, hell no. News conference had more accurate info. That was all fun and dandy, but people in the comments section are just, it's already this person's shit and that person's shit. Well, so-and-so's sisters disappeared, and that, started last night with search parties hearing probably us privately all talk between each other, or one of the searchers who had heard us all talk, I don't know who the heard that from where, honestly, but I was told that it got out last night at Mount Carmel. Either way, I'll tell you, the two things ain't connected, and they're like 2.5 decades apart. The whole, everybody's trying to make it like it's a fucking look, I ain't the police, I'm not the feds, and there's more agencies here than you can imagine, but, I'll tell you just from my personal opinion, parents are not involved. If you were there, you'd understand. Either way, the comments in 3 seconds on that stream pissed me off so bad that I'm on fire. But I'm going to temper my tongue, and I'm not going to say much. It's pointless anyway. People are going to believe what they want to believe. Summer is loved, cared for. Neighborhood loves her, cares for her. Her parents and brothers love her. We all want her home. Feels a little empty without hearing her little giggles today. And, and her playing at the top of her hill, from my hill. I hear her every day. And usually see her at least once. And, it's a little empty. And, I can't imagine what her mom and them were going through. I can see it written on her face and talk to her. I mean, this is hell for any parent, and I can't imagine. And, this is a fucking nightmare to us, and,
And she says somebody had to take one hell of a risk because people don't take children from there.
This isn't right, and for one of our own to be gone from the creek, and on that road especially, tells you something about what the hell's happening in there and what's changing. Definitely had some of the stuff that's not been going on there been going on, like all the properties for sale and all the state and all the fucking work crews in there from all over the goddamn country been in there. This would have never happened. Somebody took the opportunity with all the traffic coming in and out. That would be my guess now. I'm not saying that's fact. I'm just saying my guess would be that somebody has taken the opportunity if that's what's happened. And that those things, had they not been happening, she might be where she's supposed to be right now. So, not real happy. This is what you get when you start opening these fucking areas up. And you have people running all across them. Any other day of the week, we could stand there and tell you exactly every detail about the entire day. Not in a million years would I have thought something like this would happen. In that road especially. And if you know Beach Creek and you know my road, you know why I'm saying that. These people online talking about where's this and where's parents where watching and blah blah. Please, like, y'all live in the middle of the fucking suburbs and everything else. Your kids play out in the fucking yard in like a half an acre, quarter acre. Your asses are inside the fucking house watching football or off grilling or jerking off or doing whatever. We have fucking like acres and acres and acres of isolated land. Our kids don't touch the fucking roads. We don't play that bull. And people online, where are the parents who's watching that? You know, that's how quick it can happen to anybody. I guess even to us. In the middle of fucking nowhere. Where you just don't snatch a fucking kid, or where a kid just goes missing. It's not normal. So, and like I said, I'm not saying this will happen, because I don't know. But we've not found her yet, so, you know, you gotta start thinking broad picture.
You don't take children from Beach Creek. Well, that might well be true. If we're talking about a stranger abduction, very strange place for a stranger to have abducted a child. But what if it's someone that child knows? What if it's someone in Summer's life? What if it's someone very close to the family? I did a video about Summer Wells the other day, Jodisue, because of something Nerdy Addict said. Nerdy Addict had some audio from last November that he'd never played before. And Candice saying that the red truck, Jodisue's mother's got a red truck. Isn't it strange that when they helped Jodisue move, did we know that they helped Jodisue move? Very kind of them to do that, given all they were going through. Jodisue's mother said, I've never found that red truck. That's very, very strange. But she's got a red Toyota Tacoma. Now, remember way back, Jodisue said she saw a red truck. She saw a flash of red going up the driveway. She heard car door slam. She heard a scream. A flash of dull red. That's what she saw going up the driveway. And then she added to the story and said that for weeks before Summer went missing, she saw a red truck driving up and down Ben Hill, and then after Summer went missing, she never saw it again. And the man, she could picture his face when people offered to sketch this man for her, you know, artists. No, she didn't want to do that, no, didn't want to do that. But Jodisue's live again. You're somewhat bumpy because you're on my old phone, which doesn't have a, you know, holder on it, a gripper on it. Doesn't have a little handle on it. So if you're bumping, then that's why, because I'm recording her on my other phone. Because I feel from what little I've heard, this is going to be one that we need to think about. One that needs to be catalogued. One that's going to be relevant. Because from what little I've heard, she's thrown Jackie Dobbs under the bus again. She's thrown Jackie Dobbs under the bus again. Because you see, if Geordie Sue did have anything at all to do with Summer's disappearance, because of all the RSO friends she has, you know, she knows all these RSOs. It's strange. When she defends these people, it's very strange. But that's exactly what she's done. Because if you remember, the day before Summer went missing, Jackie turned up on the property. His property. The property that he legally bought. The property that Jodie Sue wanted.
Anyway, turns out this piece we thought had been folded back in like it was supposed to be was not. And, you know, greedy little ass heirs think that everybody's forgot what was supposed to happen. So that's where we're at, and whatever. Don't matter at this point. What I have discovered, within a few hours of this shit starting, we put in bed and went home. And got into the property documents and surveys and all that stuff from 200 years ago, leading up to. So, and for those of you who are unaware, his family, in particular, owned most of Beach Creek. And I don't mean that in like a, oh, they own a big piece, or, I mean, his family owned most of it. So, if the surveys have been done on any of that property, even though it's changed hands, by this point, chances are our family has your survey maps, because as it transferred between family, and here's the thing, even though all those tracts are split up and this and the other, and there's different names associated for most of them, all of them are still related. They're all kin down there, for the most part. So, turns out we go home after we put in that bid 17 minutes before close, you know, and I'm not going to mention names, but said that she would take our bid. That obviously did not happen. Didn't expect it to, but, you know, for what we knew was going to come after, it was going to be a necessary step if things went further than that, which I'm sure they're going to. So anyway, we get in the closet where all the rolls are for all the survey maps and things for the entirety of Beach Creek and then some, and pull out. Guess what? Guess what we pull out? We pull out this particular person's whole family's original surveys out of our fucking closet for this little piece right here. If you can see it. See the 2 acres here, you know, 2.28. Right in my front yard. So, now, look, okay, so, this jackass realtor, you know, we've been through this, I mentioned it probably a week or so ago. We noticed immediately on home when we figured out it was for sale, and the people at the driveway that had it that were like, yeah, you know, here it is on the phone, we have it saved, it's for sale. They had the nice little pretty pictures, you know. Well, the goddamn pictures that this motherfucking realtor took are on our fucking property. They trespassed, they took pictures of our fucking property to sell another because it's not worth a. Turns out my other neighbor down the road had been called by this 3 or 4 months back. She asked him if he wanted it. He just assumed, he didn't think to say anything to us because he assumed that courtesy and respect, you know, they would call our asses and we passed up too, you know. So, offered it to him for $17,850. Now, y'all, I understand what's happening, but that, I mean, he laughed, everybody laughed, the whole holler's laughing at this point because this piece of property has sold for over $20,000 for 2 acres. Now, these dumbass out-of-staters, for starters, even if they looked at Google Maps, even if they looked at the GIS data, they damn well knew now that there was a house and barn, at least up here on what they could see. They knew. Now, I understand that you're moving from the goddamn city, and you think, oh, look at this beach, and it's perfect, and it's the country. No, you're taking my shit the fuck from me, because that's too goddamn close. I don't want neighbors. The neighbors I have are already too goddamn close. Like, I fucking hate it there anyway. The point is, and they're not that close by most people's standards, I don't fucking like it. So, you may be coming from the fucking city and thinking, oh, this is country. No, it's not. You're fucking invading it. You're ruining my shit. That ain't country to me. That's you fucking invading. You're too goddamn close. Back the fuck up.
They saw him off the property that he legally bought, and he hasn't been back. He hasn't been able to use the property that he legally bought. They went looking for him that night. Her and Andy both say they went looking for him that night. They tried to set him up. Geordie Sue tried to set him up. If you were going to steal a child to sell her or use her in some way, and you were involved, that would be the perfect day to steal that child, to set someone else up, to set someone like Jackie up, or, you know, all the ruckus that have been going on because of the tree trimmers, the property sales that you so despised. You could blame all of that, couldn't you? You could blame all of that. So is that what happened? Was Summer abducted to order? Possibly. Trafficking's big in East Tennessee. Is Jodie Sue involved in any of that? Maybe. Don't know. Or is she defending the person or persons that abducted Summer? I think she knows more. I think all the lies she's told, the deflection, the distraction, all of that, above anybody else, Jodie Sue has misled the public. She's the ultimate tragedy pimp. But she's worse than the average YouTube creator. She's worse because she's there. She's right there. She knew Summer. And that gave her some kudos. That gave her knowledge. That gave her the ability to get people to believe her. Team that with, oh, I'm a victim of this monster. And you've got a recipe for people who are going to believe her, like I did for the longest time. Why would she lie? Why would she lie? She's standing up for Summer. She's about the only witness we've got. That's what I said. But no. How wrong I was. Too many red flags. Too many to name. Too many red flags. Just put Jodie Sue in the search option for my channel and see how many videos I've made. Now, a few people have directed me to a live that Cher did, Voices Behind the Wall, the other day. Yeah, I saw it. She read out a letter that's been sent in by a viewer, sent to her PO box by a viewer. I don't know. It sounds to me like this is someone's theory, someone's opinion, and that's fine. I want to know who this couple is that supposedly this person got the information from. I'd like to know how they found out things. Just too many questions for me to even contemplate believing this. There are some elements in there that make complete sense, and then some that really don't. But that's just because it's along the lines that I've been thinking for a long time. But does it mean that that happened? No, it doesn't. It seems to me like it's someone's opinion, and they've got a collection of theories together to formulate that opinion. That's fine. That's fine. But it isn't fact. So according to this theory, where's she gone? Oh, she's right there. Sorry, Tilly. According to this theory, Damien Bernard, Jodie Sue's son, and Don Schaefer Jr. kidnapped Summer. And then they asked Jodisue what should they do with her. Should they kill her? Should they sell her? Jodisue sold her. I don't know. I don't know about this. But Jodisue and Andy have both said that they wanted 110 Ben Hill Road. And apparently, according to this letter to share, Don Sherfy Sr. wanted to rent an acre off Don Wells before he went to Utah. And Don never did, never gave him the acre. It could make sense that they conspired. They conspired. I don't know. I think ultimately, though, Jodisue has made this so much about land for us not to listen. You know, when someone shows you who they really are, what do? You believe them. When somebody's prepared to be so open about the land that they've never owned, but they wanted to protect, what do? You believe them. You believe them. And that's where all the red flags come in. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll be back to this topic, no doubt. No doubt. Let me know what you think. Goodbye from Miss Tillington and Miss Cassie Springer. Bye, guys.